Hello. I'm using some scraps up today, and I just thought I would. It's a very quick thing, and like I said before, these quick creates, it's nothing new. I just thought it's not a tutorial. I just thought I would share what I'm doing. So this has come about because this is just a small portion of the scrap offcuts and odd pages that I have of scrapbook paper. So I want to use some of this. I also have a lot of these stamp albums, so I wanted to use some of that. And this is my scrap box with all various bits and pieces in. Just literally scrap pieces that I use in collages and things like that. So that is also on my list of things to use up. So what I've already, because I've already been doing this, I've just literally made some pockets using some of the larger pieces of scrap. And we'll make a couple from scratch, but they're so easy. And that's absolutely, perfect to just sit in a journal as it is, isn't it? This one is a little bit different. It's got a pocket here and it's also got a pocket here. But what I've also done is I've made some of these kind of little, well, I suppose I would use them as, I'm just trying to find a little pair of scissors. I would use them as little tuck spots or as edging to these pockets to make a little tuck spot within the pockets. So for example, I've got this pocket here. Let's find one with the, oh, I've done them all the same way round, look. No, that one would be good. I would go there. So I'd have a pocket here and I could glue this there, and then I'd have a little tuck spot here too. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, just to use up a lot of these scraps. And I mean, I have got like tons of little pieces that I've acquired and ripped off, things like this that I don't want to throw away if I don't have to, but I'm going to have to be ruthless at the end of today. And if I've still got too much, I'm going to have to get rid of some because my drawer is just too full now. So the reason the cotton changes colour on these is I don't know if anybody uses this style cotton. This is that multicoloured green cotton that I was talking about the other day. And once it gets to this kind of amount left, my sewing machine will not sew with it. It gets stuck, it pulls, it's an absolute nightmare. And I'm wasting, if you can see, I don't know if you can see that here. And I seem to have this trouble with every single roll of this cotton once it gets to this far down. So I'm not very happy with that because this is just going to get wasted now because I don't hand sew. Not very often. Anyway, let's make some pockets. Right, first thing I'm going to do is grab my cutter, and I tend to make, I just literally grab, let's grab a couple of pieces. And these are obviously the squares from the back of the Tim Holtz papers. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to make them, how big are these? They're 6 inches, so I'm going to make them 3 inches. And 6 inches is a little bit wide, so I'm going to cut these down to 5. I think 5 inches by 3 inches is a reasonable size pocket. I'd usually go maybe 5 inches by 4 inches, but that's not bad for a pocket. Let's find a proper scrap piece now. Here we go. There's another piece that's obviously been cut off from something. Let's do this. I'm going to make these ones 4. And what's that? Yeah, that will do. That'll be another one. I'm just going to cut that end off because that's a bit bent. As long as you know they're going to fit on your page, then it's fine. Now, obviously, as you can see, doing this, I am making even more scrap. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. Okay, so I've got 4 pockets. Got my corner chomper, and I'm gonna make 2 either way. Really, really straightforward. Okay, so that's the back part of our pocket, and I'm now going to just, this is another piece. I think they're all, did I cut them all too? I'll just grab my trimmer again. All 5. Yeah, they're all about 5 inches. So for the top layer, I'm just going to cut this piece to 5. Leave my stuff alone, cat. I'm going to cut that to 5 inches and find another piece that would work. So I want some extra pieces that are 5 inches. 5 inches wide. Okay, so these are all 5 inches wide too. Yeah. So I've got my 4 pockets that are 5 inches by various heights. And what I'm going to do is just kind of see what will go with what. I quite like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line that up, decide how high I want to start tearing, and then I'm going to tear. And I'm going to come down at a bit of an angle. Ink this. And that is going to go on there. Really, really quick pocket. Just going to run a little bit of glue. I know. Oh, what's the matter? What? There we go. Just gonna. That's one done. Easy peasy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the top for the other 3, and I'll speed it up, even though it's still going to be pretty quick to make all of these. Okay, so that is the 4 of those made very, very, very quickly. And you could leave them as they are. You can pop a little stamp on them. You can sew them. I am going to sew round them, just round the edge. I don't really know what happened when I was sewing the other ones. I must have been daydreaming a little bit because my stitching is not straight at all. That is pretty poor stitching. Pretty poor stitching, but you know, it's a junk journal. It doesn't have to be perfect, which is a good job for me today. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make 4 kind of square-ish pieces of scrap. So these are left over from what I've just done. That's also left over from what I've just done. What else is there? Is there another piece? There's that piece too, so that's quite cool. So I quite like that though. I think I'm going to use that piece, so I'm going to tear that edge. Doesn't really matter which one of these it goes on, they're all quite. So I'm just going to tear Let's have a look. Actually, that's too big, isn't it? I'll make that a bit smaller. Okay, that will be fine on there. That would be good on that one. I'm gonna have to cut this one down a little bit. And I'm gonna, no, I don't want that big. Yep, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I've got my first pieces. Now on top of this, I want to add some kind of plain paper. Okay, so I'll tear that piece. I think I'm kind of happy with these. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to speed it up, ink them and glue them, and I'll be back soon. Okay, so that's the 4 of those done. So on the other ones, what I did was add a stamp, and I have this. This was a rather tatty album that I picked up, so I'm just finding some kind of neutral colours. And what I've also been doing is pulling out the old hinge and just using some glue to glue that in place too, because that's quite cool. Quite like those. Just have a little look and see what else we've got in here. There's not a lot left. I've taken a lot of stamps out of this particular. Now that might go quite well with that one, maybe. No. No, don't like that one either. Okay, let's see. That's quite a large one. That's quite good, like that. I do. That's. I think we'll have that one there. This pinky coloured one. That would work quite well there. So we've got blue one, large blue one too. I think they may be too big for this. Yeah, I think we'll go for these. So I'm going to stick the hinge on first, and I'm going to use just a glue stick for this. That looks, I really like that. I'm going to ink the stamp because those edges are very white. Put that on there too. So you can see that's, let's see, lost the hinges. This is, obviously I've made 4 pockets and 4 of the tucks, but these are actually quick to make. If you're making one, it's a lot quicker, a lot quicker. Oh no, I didn't ink it. I didn't ink. There we go. That one's inked. Just going to try and just take some of the white off the edge of that stamp. There we go. Easy fixed. So anyway, yeah. There's just one thing that I don't understand, you know, people having pets and not looking after them, or having pets and throwing them out. I don't understand it. But this poor little pussycat that's been about today, it's just the other end of town. Looks like he has been in a bit of a fight. So as soon as I stop filming, I will be checking up to see if I've had a message or reply to my message. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to do one, just so I can show you what it will look like. But I think that makes a really good combination for a pocket. So I'm going to sew these 2, and then I'll be back and we'll put this together. Okay, so I've done a bit of a better job on sewing that. Not a whole lot better, but a bit better. It's because I'm distracted about this cat. And that's the edge. So I've done this piece in zigzag, and I've done that in straight stitch. So I could have sewn it straight on, but I'm not going to, because I'm not sure I'm going to put them all together like this, or whether it's just going to be this one. So, because this can easily go on the edge of a page too. Now, what you will notice is I have just glued at the top and the bottom of that, and it's going to hang over the edge. So I'm just going to, let me grab a couple of, so I don't know if this is big enough. So let's say this goes on your page, and you can glue that on. You could have a pocket here. Let's have a look. So we've got a pocket here, so that will go into a pocket, and then this would be a little tuck spot. It's probably a little bit big. I'd use something, I don't know, a little bit smooth. Let me find something. Well, let's say that's a little journaling card that would tuck in there. Okay, so there's a little tuck spot here, pocket there, and you could always have a bigger pocket, or even at the side. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it, if you had a little pocket at the side here. So that is my quick create using scraps. I really do want to start using a few more scraps. So I hope you find it useful. You probably don't, because it's something we've probably done hundreds of times before. But it was nice to hang out with you for a little while and chat. So I'm going to go and find out about this little kitten now. Or little kitten, he's a fully grown cat, but I am a bit worried about him. So I will see you all soon for some other kind of crafty create. Take care. Please be safe. Bye.